Good morning, students. Hope all are well. And today we start history and the chapter number 10th. Okay. So, chapter name is 18th century political formations. What happened in 18th century? We learn about the earlier in the Mughal Emperor and the Delhi Sultanates. The states, you can see the whole country is bounded by the Mughals in a one row. Now, after the death of the Aurangzeb, the country also divided into the many parts. You can say the different types of the uh, little states. Okay, so we start from here. If you look at the map first and second closely, you will see something significant happening in the subcontinent during the first half of the 18th century. Notice how the boundaries of the Mughal emperor were reshaped by the emergence of the number of independent. So, who are the independents there? We learn a little bit about them. Okay, so at first we learn that is the boundaries of Mughal territories, we can say. Okay, then we learn Sikh independence, Jat were independence, Awadh also gone independence. Okay, Marathwada also, Hyderabad also, and Bengal also got independent after the death of the Aurangzeb. So it is the first map. Okay, so now we learn in the second map in territory under British control mid 18th century. Okay, now a little bit we learn about the in Jahangir time. Sir Thomas Roe, Sir William Hawkins came here, and we know a little bit about the in 1600 AD the British East India Company was established, and first we can say Vasco da Gama came in Calicut, and the Jamorin who welcomed him. Okay, and second one in 1618 the first factory was established in Surat. Okay, and then we learn about the French also came, Dutch also came, Danish also came. Okay, but now we learn about the Britishers, especially because they are the really you can say they are the big businessmen who stay here, who ruled here, and they capture whole territories of India, whole port of India, and the many parts of Indian subcontinent, you can say. The kingdoms by 1765, notice how another power the British had successfully grabbed major chunks of the territory in the eastern India. What these maps tell us that political conditions in the 18th century India changed quite dramatically and within the relatively short span of time. We can say the time is not gone very much there. The small time of span, they captured most part of the Indian territories. Okay, now look at the again this one. Earlier also we learned about the Sikh also rebuild from the for their territories in the leadership of Guru Gobind Singh, and the relation between the Mughals, we can say the Aurangzeb and Guru Gobind Singh is not very good, and Rajput also. Okay, free that time. Marathas, the Shivaji's story, little bit we know about that one. Hyderabad also established a new kingdom. Saadat Khan also built up the new states, we can say Awadh, that is, and then Murshid Quli Khan also established a new Bengal. They all are called Nawabs of that particular areas. Okay, So, in this chapter, we will read about the emergence of the new political groups of the subcontinent during the first half of the 18th century, roughly from the 1707 when the Aurangzeb died. That is the most important date we can say. And until the battle of the Panipat, the third battle of Panipat, till the third battle of the Panipat, that is called Battle of Panipat in 1761. First one 1526, second 1556, okay, and last one is 1761 between Maratha and Ahmad Shah Abdali. That is called the Battle of Panipat. The crisis of the empire and the later Mughals, what happened and how such type of the big empire was collapsed, and after the death of Aurangzeb, the British colonies set up there, and no one big powers who stopped them. What happened in the chapter number 4? You saw how the Mughal emperor reached the height of success and started facing a variety of the crises towards the closing years of the 17th century. These were caused by a number of factors. First one, we can say Emperor Aurangzeb has depleted the military and financial resources of the empire by fighting a long war in the Deccan. So that is this one, that is the part of Deccan. Okay, so Aurangzeb in the last 26 years of their his life, he spent, if I am not wrong, in Deccan. Okay, earlier he was fighting with the Jats, and after Jat, the Marathas, the Shivaji had created a problem from them. So that is the long period of time of the Deccan. Under his successor, the efficiency of the imperial administration broken down. He had four you can say, no, he had one or two maybe the Shahjadas. There were the name of Akbar second and Jahara also their sister, but we can say the successor is not very good. Okay, so that's why the chain of success is broken down here. It became the increasingly difficult for the later Mughals emperors to keep a check on their powerful Mansabdars. So they have no power, that one, because that time Mansabdar also have the big power, full power. Just like in earlier I mentioned about the Murshid Quli Khan, Saadat Khan, Nizamul Mulk, who established the Hyderabad dynasties, Hyderabad emperor. So they are not interested to being a part of the Mughal Sultanate. So that's why so nobles appointed as governors, subedars that is called, often controlled the offices of revenue and military administrations. Okay, so Diwani and the Faujdari that is called. As well as this gave them extraordinary political, economic and military powers over vast regions of the Mughal emperor. As the governors consolidated their control over the provinces, the periodic remissions of revenue in the capital declined. So the whole power is giving to them. Okay, Diwani and Faujdari powers they have, revenue powers they have. So that's why they had decided to independent. Okay, so peasants and zamindars rebellions in the many parts of the northern and western India added to these problems. These revolts were sometimes caused by the pressure of the mounting taxes, you can say. As at other times, there were attempts by the powerful chieftains to consolidate their own positions. So they are the powerful chieftains, we can say powerful subedars, powerful mansabdars. They had to generate their powers, and they are separated. They are independent from the Mughal emperor. So Mughal authority had been challenged by the rebellious groups in the past as well as, but these groups were not able to seize the economic resources of the regions of the consolidated their positions. The Mughal emperors after Aurangzeb were unable to arrest the gradual shifting of the political and economic authorities into the hands of provincial governors, local chieftains, and other groups. So they are not able to grab recapture the position of the system of the powerful rulers. Yeah, we can say powerful chieftains. Yeah, mansabdars. Okay. Now rich harvest and empty coffers. What happened? The taxes is very good from the agricultural side, but what is the condition of the farmers of that time? We can learn about this little bit. We can say they have given to a little bit note. Okay, the following is a contemporary writer's account of the financial bankruptcy of the emperor. How the financial bankruptcy happened. Okay, the great lords are helps and improvised. Their peasants raise two crops a year, but their lords see nothing of either. And their agents and the sport of the virtual prisoners in the peasant's hands, like a peasant kept in his creditor's house until in the he can pay his debt. So complete is the collapse of all order and administrations that found the peasants reaps a harvest of gold. His lord does not see too much a wife's wisp of the straw. How then can the lords keep the armed forces he should? How can he pay the soldiers who should go before him when he goes out, or the horsemen who should ride it behind them? So how they can be cursed? So the account is saying about that one. The condition of the agriculture is not good. The agricultural condition is not good, so that's why they are not giving taxes properly. If the taxes is not properly giving, then mansabdar, so mansabdar, how they can arrange the army persons, yeah, the army. So that is the main cause, we can say. Okay, now next one. In the midst of the economic and political crisis, the ruler of the Iran, Nadir Shah, sacked and plundered the city of Delhi in 1739. Another important dates, 1739. Okay, when Iranian attack in India, that is called Nadir Shah. This invasion was followed by a series of the plundering trade raided by the Afghan rulers Ahmad Shah Abdali, who invaded North India 5 times. How many times? 5 times between the 1748 and 1756. And last one is called the Battle of Panipat. Okay, so Nadir Shah. So we are weak. So that's why the again India is witnessed one more attack by the foreigners. Okay, so Nadir Shah. Here is the Nadir Shah. A portrait of the Nadir Shah in 1779. Very famous person. So, devastation of Delhi after the Nadir Shah invention was described by the contemporary observers and observed the wealth looted from the Mughal treasury as follows. How they can looted them, badly looted, we can say. 60 lakh of the rupees and some thousands gold coins, nearly 1 crore worth of the gold ware. Listen carefully about that one. Okay, nearly 50 crore worth of how many? 50 crore jewels, most of them unrevealed in the world, and the above included the peacock throne. Plus the peacock throne, very famous. Which one builded by? Which one made it by Shah Jahan? Okay, from there Takhte house. That is a very precious stones graved them. Okay, and that is the very famous part of the Lal Killa. But in 1739 it was gone in Iranians' hands. So another account described the invention impact upon Delhi. Those who had been masters were now in the dire straits, and those who had been reversed could not even get the water to quench their thirst. Those who have rivers, you can say the reservoir area, you can say they have the masters of their own property. Now they are the they are they not have not had the such type of the wealth, we can say. The reckless were pulled it out of their corners. The wealthy were turned into the beggars. Those who once set the style of in the clothes now went naked, and those who owned property were now homeless. So the new city of Shahjahanabad was turned into the rubble. Nadir Shah then attacked the old quarters of the city and destroyed a whole world that existed there. So fully Shahjahanabad, you can say, looted, plundered, and destroyed by the Nadir Shah. Okay, so it's the first day, so that's all for today. Thank you very much.